What's up everyone, welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started. People spend an insane amount of money on their dogs, and getting any kind of package in the mail is an exciting event during these quarantine times. The company we're talking about today is Barkbox, which satisfies both of those cravings. Barkbox offers monthly subscription boxes full of dog toys, treats, and other canine-specific goodies. This company has seen a 58% surge in subscriptions in 2020 to over 1 million as of December. Taking advantage of that momentum and with an eye towards expanding to new product categories and international markets, the future looks bright. So Bark came to the market via a SPAC merger with Northern Star Acquisition. The ticker symbol is STIC or STIC.U for the units. After the deal goes through, the ticker symbol is going to change to BARK, B-A-R-K. Looking at their chart, you can see that the stock has been beaten down recently, and this price looks like a nice entry point to me. Although a slightly different business model, you can argue that Barkbox is in the same marketplace as its rival Chewy, which trades at a significantly higher share price at this point. So this is just to show you the potential Bark has in terms of its share price and where it can go in the future. I'm not saying that it's going to catch up to Chewy's share price, but with Bark solely focusing on the canine marketplace coupled with their global expansion goals, I can see that their share price can go up by 200 or 300% or more in the long term, provided they execute their business plan. What I like the most about Bark is their specialized approach. Bark Eats asks for information about a dog's size, breed, age, level of activity, and more, and has a nutritionist come up with a portion size and meal type for each pet. That customization makes dogs healthier and keeps customers subscribing, according to their CEO. This is what their CEO said recently. We can provide that unparalleled level of personalization, and we can deliver it right to your home and do it at competitive price points. And once you've got a personalized, nutritionist validated food supply for your dog, you're not going back to just the regular 30-pound bag from the store that's supposed to be meant for all dogs. And I kind of agree with that. Also, with the current situation going on in the world, people in general are scared of going out too much, so Barkbox not only helps pet owners avoid unnecessary trips outdoors, but in addition to that, they get a nutritionist validate their dog's food supply. The CEO then goes on to say that more than 100 billion Americans spend on their pets annually. About a quarter of that goes to dog food. It's a big market. So on the surface, this all looks really good, but let's dig a little deeper and go through their investor presentation. So first, let's take a look at the SPAC deal here. We have 250 million in cash via the SPAC. The good thing is that all of that money is going to the balance sheet. That's always a positive sign. And the enterprise value is around 1.5 billion. Next, I want to show you the slide that kind of blew me away. The net promoter score is 70. This is a big deal. To give you some context, Apple's net promoter score is 72. And anything above 50 is considered excellent. Net promoter score essentially measures customer experiences and predicts business growth, so having an NPS of 72 indicates just how strong this brand is. They're also in 23,000 retail stores, so you can also buy their products in store if you wanted to, so they're not losing out on any revenue from in-store buyers. Now couple that with 8.5 million social media followers, 170 million unique Bark Post visitors, and things look pretty good. And remember we talked a bit about Bark Eats earlier? Well, that's just one of their products. They're constantly increasing their product range, which should attract more and more customers and increase their total addressable market. This slide shows you how well their subscription model is working. So have a look at this. They're forecasting an increase of about 60% in subscriptions from 663,000 to 1 million subscriptions in financial year 2021. And with their current subscriptions here at 1.1 million, it looks like they're going to beat this forecast. And they have 6.5 million Bark customers. So this is a combination of subscriptions and customers that are buying their products directly in store. We touched upon this earlier, but the dog food market is quite big according to them. It sits at around $24 billion. so the potential for this company is huge. The biggest challenge that Barkbox faces though is that this market is saturated with lots of competition. So they really need to do something special and innovate all the time in order to stand out. And I think because they're an exclusive dog brand, it gives them a certain level of credibility over other brands that cater for all animals. And I think this is what makes them stand out from the rest of the competition. Next, I want to go over some interesting financial highlights. 2x new subscription growth year over year in financial year 21 to date. Record high 94.4% monthly product retention in the most recent period. Now this implies that their business is really sticky, which means customers, once they sign up, are likely to keep their subscription. Strong gross margins in the first half of financial year 21 of 61.2%. This is also a really good gross margin. I think this is almost double that of what Chewy has, which is great. Positive adjusted EBITDA fiscal year to date, 179% year over year increase in revenue from new product lines in the first half of financial year 2021. This one I like the most. Seeing a 179% increase in revenue from new products is amazing and gives you an idea of the platform or brand that they're creating and how well that's resonating with customers. And then 3.5x increase in consumer cross-selling year over year in the first half of financial year 2021. So in essence, all of these points are really good. And now let's have a look at the net revenue, which we can see has increased over time. Which looks really promising. SG&A over here basically stands for sales, general, and administrative, but it's a bit confusing how they've lumped this whole amount into this one figure. It would have been better if they had sales and marketing separate from general and admin costs. It just makes things a little obscure and makes it a bit tricky when it comes to valuing the company. But overall, Barkbox seems to be a really interesting company to me. I like how they've just focused on dogs instead of other brands out there, and also the rate at which they're increasing their product range is really promising. The more products they create, the bigger the total addressable market becomes. Personally, I think this stock can provide 300% upside in the long term, which is why I already have a position in this company. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor and I can be wrong, so please do your own due diligence before investing. Personally, I will look to add more today since I like buying stocks on red days. In fact, I only buy stocks on red days. Well, that's it for today's video. If you think you got some value from it, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one.